gonna knock you into 1985 with my dick. Real quick. Gonna feel like your ass is in pain. Gonna get wet, bitch. Gonna get wet, spank you with my dick. Gonna get wet, bitch. Gonna get wet, spank you with my dick. Gonna get wet, bitch. Gonna get wet, spank you with my dick. Gonna get wet, bitch. Gonna get wet, spank you with my dick.
Uncle Bill loves to get spanked with dicks. That's one of his favorite things.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Howdy, folks. It's it's like a Clash of Champions special, Uncle Bill. It's a live midweek obliteration show. And we're welcomed from Facebook user. What's up,
Facebook user.
fellas? Let's do this, Facebook user.
Can I just say that, like, that may be my favorite line of all time. Gonna get wet when I knock you back to 1985 with my dick.
My dick.
Real quick. I think that's what makes it, like, real quick.
What's up, Dylan? We got Dylan on here again. Old Curly Jaws is back. Kevin Ketchy, Brad, Harry Ass Crack is in the house.
Harry Ass Crack.
Stream Elements. The bot from Stream Elements is running. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Somebody ought to sign in to Stream Elements and just, like, fuck with us. Like, fuck you. If you like his show, fuck you.
If you like this show, go shit and fall back into sideways. Scratch Boyno is in here. What's up, man? So yeah, tonight is the night that you all have been waiting for. Or I don't know if anybody's been waiting for it, but we've seen this movie. We've not really talked about it with each other. I haven't said much of anything about it public. So yeah, we figured it'd be a good time just to do a live stream on it. We did not get to do a Dead Pit on the Road for it, Uncle Bill. I'm upset.
Yeah, that's just one of those.
Foz Rotten is in the house. Maniac Mike Kenny, what's going on, brother? Ali Hamoud, what's up, sir? Michael Rash Paul, good to see you boys again. Old Curly Jaws says Scream 5 was fucking great. Do you want to?
But again, I'm pretty sure that guy's a troll. Like, it just, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's saying the opposite of whatever he actually thinks. But I'm just glad that Dan the Beast Williams is in here. I mean, that's the
Dan the Beast Williams. We got Carter Derdention in the house. We got the Geek Room for Life.
Douglas Boom Boom Connor's in here. Fucking
Doug Connor was shit the bed balls.
Yeah.
So, what you been into, Uncle Bill?
Not a whole hell of a lot, man. Just work. Really don't even leave the house anymore. First time I left the house was to go to see this movie.
It's kind of, right now, since, Rona Mania is running wild again this winter, it's probably safer just to, They've evacuated today at work, evacuated 2 separate areas, one whole building, and the upstairs of another building to clean for the Rona. Had some positive contacts there.
Omicron's running wild.
Trace 842 is in here as well. So, like I said, tonight is the night. Scream 5, Scream 5, whatever you all want to call it, we're going to be talking about tonight, Uncle Bill. Let's go through a little bit of a brief history with us and the Scream movies. Because I think, a lot of the comments and thoughts on movies that I've read online differs quite a bit from what I think about the series and how they rank and all that. For me in particular, nothing's going to touch that first movie.
No.
And it I mean, it just can't. It's never going to. But I hold the first three up to kind of like a standard. I like the original trilogy because for many, many years there, from 1996 to 2000, that was the original trilogy. So they waited a good 11 years to come out with Scream 4, which, well, I think we revisited that and talked about it last year. We did like a stream on the the entire run of the Scream movies up to that point. And another 11 years, we get 5 Cream, or Scream 5. So how would you rank the original, we'll say the original 4 first before we get into the...
I really think that they go 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, that's exactly how I would rank them. Like, people shit all over 3 for some reason, but I think it actually like has the same vibe as the other 2. Like, it feels like the same. It wasn't too far along after the second one. They did the third one, and they did them all like back to back. So they all had certain like parts of them that kind of harken back to the original. And I think that was the case up until part 4. And then part 4, I don't think part 4 has any of the music in it, like the Red Right Hand and all that. Like it just, and it doesn't, because of that, it doesn't really feel like the same type of movie. It's got a lot of stupid shit in it too. Like the opening is awful. Like, but part 1, that opening is still classic.
The Scream 4 opening is almost like Scary Movie or something, right? I mean, it's too, it's a little bit too hokey.
I mean, I think that what they were going for was like, kind of like touching on the Scream films. Like before they were just touching on horror movies, but in the fourth one they're actually like talking about the Scream or the Stab movies, which is just kind of
Stab 4, 5, and 6 kind of run together or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't think 3 was awful. I mean, it's not. See, and this is where I think it kind of gets bad too. Like the first 2, I really feel like that they were trying to make something like surprising and unique, and like the endings were really, really like well done. And in 3, it's just like, oh fuck, it's just it's like it really wasn't, And then in 4, it's kind of the same thing. It's like I actually think the ending of 4 is better than the ending of 3, but as a whole, the ending of in their entirety, 3 is definitely better than 4.
Yeah, I mean 3 and 4 both, the endings on both of those aren't the best. But to me, Scream 3 still kind of felt like a Scream movie. And Scream 4 really didn't. I don't know what it was. I mean, maybe it was just the difference in time in between those. But I'm kind of like you. I would rank them in the order that they came out, probably. Up until this new one came out. And then my rankings changed a little bit. And we'll get to that. But Michael Rajpal sent us a Canadian Super Chat. Bulls, we definitely appreciate that. The 4th entry was solid. And 2009, you had the beginning of clout chasing, wanting to be famous just for anything. 4 was in like 2011, I think. Right?
Yes.
I don't think there was okay. But yeah, I mean, that was kind of the era of like, what was the show that really started that? Like what was that Paris Hilton show? And then there was like a ton of them. People that were famous for really doing
Simple
nothing.
Life or something like that.
Simple Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with, there was a fascination at the time for a few years there about live streaming on the internet. And this was way before, like right now, which is like live streams and stuff like that's a huge thing. I don't even know if that was possible in 2011. I mean, I know we did the blog TV, Stickham stuff, but that was part of, part 4 as well, from what I can recall.
Yeah, I'm going to have to step out. I'll be back shortly.
Uncle Bill has to go poop. So while we're waiting on here, though, I will go through some of the comments. We kind of knew Uncle Bill had to step out for a minute, but he will be back shortly. So I want to see what you guys. Douglas Connor agrees with the Creepy Kentuckian. The original trilogy is where it's at. 4 has always been disappointing to me. Me too. The next one could possibly be Scream 666. I don't think that they would go that route. Harry As Crack ranks them 1, 2, 5, 4, and 3. Dan Williams ranks them 1, 2, 5, 4, and 3 as well. So 3, even though, are you guys saying that Creed didn't really do anything for you in part 3? Because I think Creed alone made Scream 3 better than Scream 4. Jenny McCarthy too. Jenny McCarthy was rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling all over the set of Stab 2, Stab 3. I can't remember which one it was. Plus, Lance Hendrickson was in Scream 3. You know, Scream 3 had some cool shit going for it. Doug, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 4. That's a popular ranking. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 4 for Dylan Barnett as well. No, wait. 1, 2, 5, 3, and 4 for Dylan. Courtney Cox hair in part 3. Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. It's almost like her bangs were like shaved or something. They were like crazy short. Scream 4. Well, Scream 4 is like, I don't know about Scream 5 related to the Stab movies. They didn't really reference the Stab movies as much in Scream 5, but it was all over Scream 4. I have not to be fair, I have not rewatched the third movie in quite some time. I just, from memory, that opening kill with Creed playing in the background, I mean, you just don't get much better than that. Yeah, Trey's Varice Sarabande sold out of their box set for the Scream soundtracks. What I want a vinyl of is not the soundtrack, though. It's the CD that they came out with, which, this is for the original Scream movie. This is music from the motion picture. And this has the Red Right Hand on it and a few of the other tunes that were played. But yeah, I mean, the Scream score itself, I don't know if I would really listen to that very much. But that is a cool looking set. CA 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. So everybody hates 3. It is poo time for Uncle Bill. Oh, Curly Jaws is ranking. Now, Curly Jaws, I understand you may be wanting to get like a reaction, but old Curly Jaws is ranking 5 and 4 above part 1. Come on now. Come on, old Curly Jaws. So his was 5, 4, 1, 3, and 2. Rob Zilla, what's going on? Corey Hatfield. That's a name from the past. 1, 2, 4, 3, and 5. That's kind of close to my ranking, Corey. We'll talk about 5 or 5 Cream or just Scream, whatever you want to call it. Rob Zilla is claiming that he didn't like any of the sumbitches. Harry Ass Crack, Creed is the best part, or was the best part of Scream 3. Phantasmat. I can't see how people think 3 is the worst. To me, 4 is the worst. Michael Rajpal. I think 4 speaks to a different generation. Being famous was the in-game irregardless of how it was obtained. The ending of 4 was brilliant and great commentary for the time. My whole thing with 4 is it was one of those movies that didn't know where to end. I mean, it had like 2 or 3 different endings from what I can recall. And there's the one scene where Julia Roberts' niece, whatever the hell her name is, I can't remember. I know she's related to Julia Roberts. It's Eric Roberts' daughter. She just like does fucking like drops and flips and stuff through glass tables and is just doing all kinds of craziness to look like she got beat up or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? Chris V says that number 1 is the only Scream worth revisiting. I mean, Scream 1 is by far the best movie. I mean, anybody that tries to deny that is kidding themselves. But you can. I mean, it's worth a discussion. But, I mean, I always like the second one as well, quite a bit. Foz says 1, 4, 5, 2, and 3. Again, a lot of people don't like part 3. Phantasmat, 2, 1, 5, 3, and 4. Pizzal, what's going on, dude? If Creed had been on the soundtrack for the new Scream, it'd been my number 1 for sure. What if? Ah! Speaking of which, we do have a What If t-shirt on shop.deadpit.com right now. And the t-shirt does ask one question. Trippy Critic. I actually enjoyed 4's ideas. What if Sydney was the killer and played victim for a new trilogy? But the original Sydney stops her and tells her, don't fuck with the original. Perfect ending. I don't know about that. I'm confused. Carded or Denshin, Jan Silent Bob cameo in Scream 3. Scream 3 was like, it had a lot of goofy shit in it. But I mean, I enjoy it, to be honest with you. It's not, the ending, the last 15 minutes and all that was not very good. But, I kind of still liked it. Mark, I really hated 3 when I watched it recently. I only watched 4 once, and I felt like it was better than 3. Funny thing about Scream 4, I think it was Paramount that did the Scream 4 Blu-ray, or whoever did it, I don't know. They sent us a review copy of it way back in like 2011 or whenever it came out, and it was still sealed up until last year. I finally revisited Scream 4, but I never really had the desire. If it was left just up to me, I probably never would have opened it. But we did like a Scream retrospective last year on it. I think part of it is just the generational gap there. Like, kids nowadays are kind of like, they're kind of douchebags. Falls rotten. What about Cottonmouth King's plan and B-Boys dancing during Randy's death scene? Part 2, correct. I like part 2. I think the opening death scene in part 2 is good. The movie was all the fantastic, as Uncle Bill would say. If you're a fan of Roseanne, how could you not enjoy Scream 2? The opening scene in part 3 is pretty good. And it's not just because of Creed. I think it's well made. Trooper Critic rewatched Scream 3 for the new movie, and it was solid compared to the last 2. It's a solid trilogy. Robert Long, do you think they'll make a new Scary Movie 6? Man, I hope not. I don't think so. They may. You know, they could do the whole, they make fun of Midsummer and stuff like that, like some of the newer stuff. Oh, Curtis, y'all. Scream 5 made a shit ton. We're getting 6, 7, and 8. That's possible. I mean, it did do very well. I think for, all the craziness that's going on right now, I think it did really good. The first one is a cool soundtrack, and that's what I don't know if a lot of people don't realize is this is not the vinyl that's coming out. This is music from the movie, which is like a lot of bands, like the Nick Cave and who else we got here? Birdbrain, Catherine, Guth, a bunch of 90s alternative rock bands. That is not on that vinyl set. The vinyl set is just the score, from what I understand. Yeah, Piz, I actually did hear something about that. That the original script for Scream 3 changed quite a bit. A lot of that was due to they added a lot of comedy in there, more comedy into it because of, I think, Columbine or something like that happened. I think it was Columbine. And they went a little bit of a different route with it due to that. Suspiria Night, 4 tries too hard and 5 is sort of pointless, but the entire series is definitely rewatchable. I think so. I mean, ultimately, as bad as 4 is, I don't know if 4 is nearly as bad as like something like Freddy's Dead or Elm Street 5 or something like that. I mean, at least it's, I don't know, it'd be an interesting discussion with Uncle Bill whenever he gets back from taking his dump. As far as the series goes, I think Elm Street, as far as the big franchises, Elm Street's probably the weakest overall. At least for movies that I enjoy. I would say the first 4 movies for Elm Street. Friday the 13th is the strongest. Halloween is somewhere in between. It's pretty good. Scream's pretty good. I mean, I like the first 3, and I'll get into part 5 here in a minute. It's going to be a little bit differing opinions, I think, between me and Uncle Bill. Granted, I didn't go into Scream 5 or 5 Cream with the highest expectations. I do need to pick up the soundtrack for Scream 3. It's a lenticular soundtrack, and Wind Up Records, Creed's record label. And I'm not shitting you, I swear to God, they're the ones that put the soundtrack out, I believe. But I'm not willing to spend anything more than $1 on it at Goodwill. So I'll just wait. Eventually I'll find it at some point. Kevin is ranking them 1, 2, 3, 5, and 4. Interesting. That's an interesting ranking, Kevin. Howard Stern's Paranoid Turn, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 4 as well. 1, 2, 4, 3, and 5 from the Trippy Critic. Scream 4 is by far the worst opening in the franchise. Yeah, as far as the actual opening, and I think it made the least money of any of them as well. Ali Hammond, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 3. Scream 4 is some straight up doo-doo or poo-poo. And Uncle Bill is coming back, I think, by the way. That's one thing that I didn't do. I didn't go back and rewatch all the movies again. I probably should have done that. I think Uncle Bill did go back and rewatch the movies again, didn't you, Uncle Bill? Or let me get his headset in there.
That took longer than I fucking thought it would.
Hey, buddy, that's unprofessional.
I'm sorry, you've been talking about Children of the Corn.
How many Children of the Corn was in that dump you took?
That was a lot. It's like one of them dumps, like you just fucking pour garden soil into the toilet.
Oh.
You know how that is.
Yeah. So you did go back and rewatch all the Scream movies, is that right?
I no joke, we probably watched those movies at least like once every 2 weeks or something. Just anyway, like they're just one of those movies that were always kind of like on around in the background and stuff. So I would gather to say I've probably seen the first 3 like 100 times. and probably like the fourth one 5 times if I was guessing.
Well, that's enough, you know.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner says that there's a 33 and a third % chance that Scream 3 can kiss his ass.
He likes those odds.
Yeah, we've had a freaking crazy chat in here so far. Corey says Kristen Stewart evokes more emotion than the actresses in Scream 5.
I agree with that.
Dusty Rose, baby, from Texas. Something. So Dusty Rhodes saying, "What's your favorite scary movie, Daddy?" Tell me.
So how you want to do this, though? I mean,
Let's just talk about it. I mean,
Okay.
So originally it was 5 Cream, Uncle Bill. And damn it, I wish they stuck with that name. But I guess due to like the success of Halloween 2018, there was another movie that did that too. Candyman did it again, kind of. They decided on just, hey, there's going to be another Scream. So not only when you search IMDb, you're going to see Scream, that fucking piece of shit Scream from 1982. That's a movie for a different show.
Yeah,
Holy
I need to watch that.
Fuck.
I have not watched that yet, and I know that it's like awful from what everybody's been saying.
That is a movie that makes Final Exam and Terror on Tour exciting. I'll just say that.
God.
Oh. You talked about movies like that before, though, like where half of the movie is just people standing around, and literally that's what that movie is.
Like when you don't have money to do a movie, you can always tell in these 80s movies because there's like way too much just like dialogue and people kind of standing around talking about exposition and things like that. And yeah, very little kills and very little production value. Just kind of chilling.
Yeah. So you got Scream from 1996, which is the whole, it kind of, it created the whole damn game. For 90s horror on into the early 2000s for sure. We've had a lot of requests on people wanting us to do a show on movies that were inspired by Scream or Scream ripoffs. We could do a whole series of shows on those because
that was like the whole like late 90s, early 2000s. Like,
yeah. Crazy. Like for years and years, probably for a good solid almost 10 years there. There were Scream ripoffs theatrically, too. But this one is, and it kind of poked fun at itself in the movie, is a requel, is what they coined the, and it's kind of a retelling of the original movie, but with new people and all that. Somebody, I think it was Master Chaos TV, is a good way to describe this movie, and we'll review it here, but quickly, if anybody hasn't seen it, they'll probably want to because there's no way we can talk about this movie without spoilers. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think that it has to be with spoilers. Otherwise, a lot of the shit you can't even really get into.
Yeah.
But, I mean, okay, so let's start, I guess, with the plot of the film. So, good Lord, like, how do you even, like, go about explaining this shit?
Well, it starts like a lot of Scream movies start. All right.
Yes.
One thing they introduced in this, much like in Scream 3, they introduced the voice box that turned in any fucking body, right?
And, well, that's one thing that, I mean, I never really cared for that gimmick anyway, but, like, in this one, they start off with, like, two sisters. One of them's Sam and one of them's Amber. And, like, one of the sisters is at home alone, and she's doing the whole thing in the kitchen, and phone starts ringing, and they do the screamy thing. And she, figures it out. And then he says that he's spying on her sister and all this. So, this, I guess, is, like, one of the big... not not really a twist, but it's something different they'd never done in any of the openings before, is that she gets stabbed and she gets attacked and everything, but she doesn't die. She actually just ends up in the hospital, and the rest of the next part of the movie is just about like her sister coming back into her life and all these friends and stuff that she's got, kind of.
And her sister's boyfriend.
Yes.
As well.
And then you find out, this is one part that got me too, man, where I was like, oh fuck, come on. Like, then you find out that the sister has got like hallucinations. And I'll just say, I don't know, like, if how far you want to get into this without saying spoilers, but
No, we're spoiling it all the way. I mean, if anybody really wanted to watch it, it would be watched by now. It's been out for almost a week. So here's your warning right now. If you do not want to be spoiled with this review, turn it off and check it out a little bit later after you watch the movie.
So the sister has hallucinations of Billy Loomis, who, is the fucking killer from the original Scream. And at the beginning, you don't really know like what the hell's going on or anything like that. And then you come to find out that is her dad. That's
right.
like, and I'm like, those scenes where he's like in the rear view mirror and shit, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You fucking gonna kill this motherfucker?" Whatever.
Well, keep in mind too, this was her dad, right? Who she didn't know. She shouldn't have known what he really even looked like. But he's showing up in full, like, wardrobe and stuff from Scream 1. They tried their best. Hey, and I got to say, they did pretty good, considering it's been 25 years later. Right? I mean, he's put on a little bit of weight. That was real, and aged a little bit. But, they did a pretty good job. He kind of looked directly from the movie, I would say.
Did they de-age? Somebody said that the de-aging was true. I thought he just, like, that's what he looked like. He'd had plastic surgery or something. Did they use that kind of technology? Because he looks like a wet lizard.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, they probably did something with his face to take some of the wrinkles out or something like that. I don't know. But that was kind of a surprise. I mean, I didn't hear anybody really talk about that before the movie or anything. I tried to kind of stay away from the spoilers and all that. But yeah, there's that whole story, and that kind of put a wedge in between the two sisters for a while. That's kind of what did it. And now the sister is back, and this is in Woodsboro, right? They're back in Woodsboro. And the younger sister has a whole hospital room full of friends, which means, hey, which of the friends? You know it's going to be one of them, at least, right?
Right.
And it didn't take me too long to figure out. And we'll talk about there's two in this. One of them I almost knew from the very beginning of the whole thing. Like, I was like, okay, she's in on it, for sure.
I kind of did too, but only because of, like, another movie that she had been in. And I was like, they're going to probably use her more than the rest of these people that nobody's ever seen. But we'll talk about that, yeah.
And the dude, well, we'll get into it here in a little bit. But, I mean, you're bringing back David Arquette, Courtney Cox, which, Jesus Christ, we've talked about that before.
Bless her heart.
Neve Campbell. Now, the interesting thing is, throughout most of the movie, I would say David Arquette has more of the integral role for a while. And the other two characters don't really come into play until really towards maybe, the last 15 minutes of the movie or something?
Yeah.
Which I definitely appreciated that. I mean, for me, because those characters have run their course, in my opinion.
Well, I thought for some reason that they would try to do it similar to the way they did Scream 4, which in terms of like that they would split the time basically of the new characters versus the old characters. But in this one, it's like the whole first, probably 90 minutes of that movie is the new characters, and then like the old characters start coming back into it. And they're only in it for like probably A couple
You
of
know,
5 to 10 minutes.
that was probably one of the aspects of the movie that I liked the most is that they tried to get like a new generation of characters in there and tried to rewrite the story kind of to make it make a little bit more sense rather than Michael Myers and stuff like that, like Jason Voorhees. I don't think you really need a storyline to put them into any sort of situation. But
No.
with Scream, it was always kind of like a murder mystery type deal where it kind of had to make a little bit of sense with the plot. But Michael Rashpal, again for another super chat, thank you very much, sir. Do you think the Scream franchise needs new members from the original cast to do well? Or can the name alone make money?
I think that they should have done just like original members. Like I don't even think that I'm sorry, new members. I don't think any of the original people should even been in this one because I guess they're doing it to appeal to like all fans, but it really didn't make that much of a fucking difference. Like honestly, like they could have totally done it with just
Yeah,
new.
the name itself sells, I think. I mean, if you look at most of the promotional material, a lot of it has the ghost face mask on it, right? So what I would have done, I would have think it'd been a better way to do it if you wanted to completely start a new trilogy. Our buddy Master Chaos, what I was going to say before is he hearkened it to The Force Awakens, which is almost exactly what it was. A Scream version of the Star Wars Force Awakens, because it tries to start a new story while using characters from the original. What I would have done, and they did kill off one of the original 3 characters that came back. I think it would have been more effective if the death scene was Neve Campbell instead. I think it would have worked better.
I think they honestly should have just fucking killed everybody. Like I don't think
That's true.
I mean, just go ahead because, like, they killed probably like the majority of people's favorite character, I would say. So I don't know. Like at that point, you're 5 films in. There's really no way that they can do much more with Neve Campbell. Like it was
No.
silly in this one, and like.
But I think where she was barely in it, it didn't really bother me. I mean, if she was
Yeah.
in the whole movie, it would have been one thing. The opening of this movie was pretty good, though. Dylan mentions on here, and I agree. I think that it's definitely like an homage to the first movie in a lot of ways. And I think it was well done. I mean, we do need to mention, I don't know if I can pronounce these guys' names. The directors this is the first Scream movie that was not directed by Wes Craven. It's the guys that did Ready or Not and VHS, one of the episodes in VHS, and one of your favorite, handheld horror movies, Devil's Due. I know that was one of your favorites.
Oh my god. Yeah.
The
Fucking classic.
Matt Alpin and Tyler Gillette, who them along with another guy were also known as the Radio Silence Trio, whatever the hell that was. I don't know. But pretty good choice, I think. I mean, Ready or Not was killer. I mean, I think we all enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was a great film. Like, actually, like, they had 2 films that came out that were kind of like close together that I thought were both fucking killer, that were had like similar premises. The Hunt and Ready or Not. Like, both of them were awesome.
Skeet Rudder, would that have been a...
Skeet
I don't
Rudder.
know. I like Russ Rudder. It kind of goes, Russ Rudder. I don't know if Skeet Rudder works as good. Skeeter, you could be Skeeter Rudder. I wonder if Skeet's full name is Skeeter.
That'd be fucking killer if it was. Some fucking Skeeter Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich sounds like a damn rock star, though, doesn't it? It's almost like he was like the guitarist for fucking Fuel or something like that.
Oh my god. Bring up fucking Fuel.
Well, I mean, this is that, the Scream era. The Fuel was popular, and
That's true.
Hooba Stank and Fingerfuck 11 and all
Incubus.
them bands like that.
Incubus was popular. Remember that shit ass band?
But they give you a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of friends. The group of friends are big fans of the Stab movies. They all gather with, oh God, Jamie Kennedy's character's sister, which makes a return from Scream 3. And they went so far as to actually get the same damn actress, which is,
they weren't fucking around.
yeah. So they're all fans of the story and the movies and everything. So there's all that. There's a couple of things that happen throughout the movie, looking back on it, where, I mean, I know it's kind of like logic, and you can't really put logic in a lot of these movies. But, you know, looking back at who the two killers were.
Yes.
Right. So there's one of them that's in the hospital scene unmasked as they're trying to escape the hospital. There's another ghost face that is clearly the girl of the two, the smallest one, who overpowers Dewey and gets shot.
Yeah, that part fucking got me too. Like, I was like, you know, when I came out of the theater, I was like, now how the fuck would that work exactly? You know?
Right. And not only that, gets shot after she does overpower Dewey there, and then there's kind of a battle back and forth, and she gets shot 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And meets them back in time for the party that's going on while they were in the damn hospital.
Correct.
Okay? So, I don't know. Maybe it's just being a little bit too picky, but I'm like, that doesn't fucking make sense.
You know, there was the problem with this to me is that there wasn't even really any likable characters, like, in terms of the old cast or the new cast. Like, I didn't really like what they did with the old cast, and I didn't really like what they did with the new cast, so I was kind of just, like, stuck, you know, just not really liking either part of it. So they made Dewey like basically a drunk. Is that what he's supposed to be in the movie? Is just like a fucking kind of recluse drunk? Like, that's what it seems. He's not drinking it.
Living in a trailer park. He's down on the dumps, and he needs something to get him up. You know what that is?
What time is it? It's cold shit. Yeah, so there's that shit. And then, like, they really don't do anything.
Born to be Rad just got out of seeing Scream 5 or 5 Cream. Or Scream.
Yeah, they don't do anything with Sydney. She's just kind of there, like, after, you know, all the shit happens with Dewey, and then she's, you know, there at the very end of the movie, but really it doesn't really do anything. I guess Gail is probably the most used character of any of them, really. But she was never interesting to me in the films anyway, except maybe, like, the first one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. And then the new cast is just like, what the fuck ever. The lead's awful. Like, you know she ain't worth the shit. Like, even if you like the movie, you know that lead actress, the one that was Amber, I guess.
Dude, her and then the boyfriend guy, which looks like, if Josh Jackson has a son, he'd probably look like that guy. It's like, that's almost like, okay, you can look at him and he's like, okay, he's one of the killers. So I was kind of surprised that they went that route. I figured it would be somebody else. Because it's like so obvious that he would be the killer.
Yeah.
In it. You know?
I mean, and I can't. Honestly, they were trying to shove the one girl down your throat as being like the cool new character that everybody's going to like. And I can't remember her name now. But you had like the jock, and you had her and their brother and sister. And I didn't like either one of those characters, but they were really trying to like make her like the cool one. And then she survived, so you know she's going to be in the next fucking movie. But, like, other than that, I really can't even, like, think of... All the rest of the characters were just kind of there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the cast was full of forgettable people, like, really. I mean, they were just kind of, like, throwaway... They almost look like actors and actresses that would be in the spoof movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they bring back Deputy Judy, which is one of, like, the worst characters ever. Which
you
is
don't like
fucking...
Deputy Judy?
In the 4th film, if they were going to bring back anybody, why couldn't they find something for fucking Stu or Kirby? Like, those characters were actually awesome. I guess they can't do anything with Kirby. But they could say she lived. Fuck. Like, I mean, none of that matters anyway.
Did Kirby die? I can't even remember.
Yeah, she gets stabbed, like, in the stomach in the middle of the 4th one by the Macaulay Culkin's
I thought she survived though at the
brother.
end.
Did she survive? Fuck, I can't remember. I don't think I ever really made
Maybe
it.
they couldn't afford her. She's too big of a name. They have to get all these people from Netflix shows.
I don't know if they ever go back to her after she gets stabbed. Somebody in here might know that, but yeah.
Yeah, Dewey's death is kind of, and we spoiled all kinds of shit so far. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're in here and don't know, you're kind of like fucked at this point.
Yeah. So, it was kind of uneventful, and there was nothing really. I don't know. I guess that they did need to kill at least one of them, so Dewey was it.
Okay, but here's the part I can't understand, all right? I get the fact that they wanted to kind of do that because you have to have something big happen in the movies at this point, right? But, I mean, couldn't it have meant something like...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think it was Corey that mentioned, that Gail Weathers looked a lot like Caitlyn Jenner. So Garrett's got that stuck in his head now.
I mean, I kind of feel like at this point, okay, like he gets killed in the middle of the fucking film. It doesn't do anything at all to advance the story or to do anything. Like, couldn't he have gotten killed at the end of it trying to save somebody or something? Like, wouldn't it have been, I mean, he was trying to save somebody in that, but like run in front of somebody, like Sydney that's going to get shot. Something fucking meaningful.
Kirby is alive. So maybe they're saving Kirby for Scream 666, The Curse of Ghostface.
I mean, I don't give a shit. Kirby was a great character. Like, she acted her ass off in that movie. And she had, like, one of the better kind of, I don't know how to explain, like, better character arcs in the whole kind of film, to it. And probably the only good thing about Scream 4, really.
Phantasmat said that Deputy Judy and Neve Campbell looked really good. I thought Deputy Judy had aged quite a bit. That's just me. I mean, I guess for her age, she still looked good. I don't know how old she is.
Yeah.
But, Neve Campbell looked pretty good.
But I think there is, and I'm not going to say, like, I'm not going to shit all over this movie, even though people should be pretty clear by now that I didn't like it. But I'll say that, like, I understand why people would like it. Number one, it's like the most violent film of the series. So if that's the thing that you're into, and that's what a lot of people are into, then that's one reason you probably liked it. Number two, like, it was actually filmed really well. Like, the way that the movie looked and kind of like the cinematography was really good. So I get that part too. The problem, like, for me and where it kind of falls apart was, like, the story, the execution of the story, the actresses, just some of the shit that was completely meaningless. Just, I mean, what was the purpose of having her have the hallucination just to get him in the film? What was the purpose of killing Dewey the way they did? Just to fucking pull a, Force Awakens kind of moment where you fucking kill off one of the main characters. It really, But see, in the Force Awakens, this is why that's different. In that film, they kill off one of the main characters, but that's to show, like, how far out, Adam Driver is. Like, how just fucking much of an evil person he is. In this one, so he goes on for the rest of the series. In this one, it's like it doesn't mean anything because the person that did it fucking dies at the end of the movie anyway. So what was the point?
That's true. I think that there's definitely going to be more of them, though. The movie did very well. And I got to say, for me, I mean, I had such low expectations going into this movie that it would have had to been extremely terrible for me to shit all over it. And I didn't think it was. I mean, I think that it definitely was an improvement over Part 4. I don't think you agree with that. But, I mean, I thought it felt more like a Scream movie than the fourth one, and which that would be my least favorite of the whole franchise, would be Part 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to defend anything about Part 4, to be honest. Like, and I'm not saying that I even like that movie. I'm just saying that to me that felt more like like a Scream movie than Part 5 did. And maybe, whoever made this movie was trying to do something completely fucking different. And this is the first one of them that wasn't directed by Wes Craven, so it's going to be different regardless. But just, I don't know.
I think Anthony mentioned though that Hayden Panettiere does not act anymore, so that may have been why she.
Oh, yeah. She's fucking married to, or was married to, Vladimir Klitschko, the big fucking Russian boxer.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but
it's showing on IMDb that the last movie that she did was in 2016. So that was like, you're going on 6 years. She hasn't done anything. I wonder what the hell she's doing.
I mean, I guess she don't have to do anything. Like, he's like a multi-millionaire. He was the goddamn champion for like 10 years or something.
Oh, that's true. She's just sitting back and spending his money, baby.
Yeah. So, but, okay, so let's talk some, though, about, so when you saw the Dewey thing happen, like, what was your reaction?
I mean, I was expecting one of them at least. I mean, I think that it's the point now where they need to, if they're wanting to continue on with the Scream movies, they need it with all new people. And I don't know how you would really go about doing that. I mean, and being, it's kind of hard, like with Scream, because there's never really been the same killer come back from one movie to the next, right? It's always somebody different. So yeah, you'd have to be crazy creative to really build another kind of a trilogy story around that. Because like you said, I mean, the two people that were responsible in this movie, they're both dead. So with Scream 6, where do you go now? I mean, is it just more crazy people that are wanting to get, are fans of the stab movies that are wanting to get their name out there? I mean, it's kind of boring if you do that it seems like they've done that the last couple of movies.
I get the feeling that from watching it, like they had to be trying to base a new film around the Amber character, the one that has the hallucinations and shit, because like that seemed to be the one that would like move forward in this, like her and the sister, I guess, because what was the point of any of that if she's not going to be a reoccurring character in like future movies where she's going to be like the new Sydney, basically running around like having hallucinations and kicking people's ass and stuff. But I would say what they'll probably end up doing is just having a whole new one. If they make another one, it'll be a whole new one with just like a whole new They won't even reference Part 5, I would guess.
So she may have done the TV show Nashville. I don't doubt that.
Yeah. And then, but that, so the other person that got killed in the film we haven't talked about is Deputy Judy. Which I was glad for that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
The death scenes in this too are pretty damn gruesome.
Yeah.
Put them over there, like you've got some neck shots that are, I think they did it with CGI, but it worked. I mean, it looked pretty good.
Yeah, the one of, I can't even remember his name, but her kid, that one was like, that looked...
Yeah, the guy that's in a shit ton of Netflix shows.
Right. That looked amazing, but, like, and her death I was fine with that, because she's just a character that, like, she never needed to be in the film anyway.
Yeah, and this one, she's been promoted up to sheriff.
Right.
And I guess one of the gimmicks in this movie, too, is the killer kind of clones different phones. So you can get a text from, oh, you think that's Clara or whoever, and it's really Ghostface.
Yeah.
Or whoever Ghostface is. So that's one aspect. They try to change things up a little bit like that in each movie, and this was kind of a weak one. So, but yeah, I mean, as far as the movies go, would you put Scream 5 dead last? How would you rank?
I mean, I would,
back?
But I honestly would like. I honestly would say like that 4 and 5 are neck and neck anyway. Like it might just be like one or two stupid things that maybe kind of put like 5 at the very end. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, everybody that's bitching about me not liking this film, like, I'm glad you liked it. You should be, like, glad that I didn't like it. Because it really don't matter, like, one way or the other. It's just an opinion.
Garrett says that Scream 5 is the best sequel by far.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just an opinion. But the fact is that if you're going to kill somebody in any movie that's a franchise, that's been, like, in every single film, that it should have some sort of meaning. Like, you shouldn't just be doing shit to be doing it. Like, just to say that, oh yeah, we killed off one of the main characters. Like, it should have a purpose, because you're assuming they're going to make more of these fucking films. But I don't know. Maybe people.
They're always going to be more. Like, I just can't wait to see what they do with the Halloween franchise next, because you've got the movie that's coming out later this year. Halloween is never going to end, folks. They may take a couple years off, but they might start making sequels for Rob Zombie's Halloween again, or something like that.
Well, I think, honest to God, man, like, speaking of Halloween, I think that I'm pretty positive that whoever did this just looked at, like, Halloween Kills and was like, all right, this made a shit ton of money, so, like, we need to make this as brutal as humanly possible, and then that's what'll, like, get us, over the. Oh, and I mean, it reminds me a lot of that movie.
These movies are same. I mean, I think they did that with maybe Halloween 18, because this film was made and in the can for a solid year before it came out due to COVID. And I think that was the same thing with Halloween Kills as well. Those were victims of the pandemic a little bit. But yeah, I mean, and they kind of poke fun at it as well, calling them requels, like we were saying in the movie, where it's kind of like they're done with numbers. It's just the name again. And how many times Halloween has done it? What, 3 different times?
Yes.
So, why not, Bulls? Why not?
Yeah, I mean, there's a formula to these movies now. I mean, just like there was in the 80s, just like there was in the 90s. And there's a really specific formula now to these last couple franchise films. It just so happens that I don't like that formula. Like, I'm not a fan of it.
I think Kevin mentions something here, and it's true. He says the film was redundant and stale. It offered nothing new to the franchise. And that's surprising coming from a fresh creative crew who are diehard fans of the series. I think the thing that was most redundant about this movie was the end. Like, the explanation. Right? I mean, it's the same freaking thing that they've always
It's exactly
said.
the same. Yeah, that's what... Like, that was the biggest disappointing part of this movie, was just the end. Like, that, I was expecting, okay, they've had years and years to do this, right? Had what? 11 years now to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could have thought of anything in the world to make it, like, new or fresh, and they did the exact same shit with basically the exact same reason. They didn't mix it. Like, at least in Scream 1 and 2, like, the ending caught you off guard. And, like, you can say whatever you want to about Scream 2, but nobody fucking knew that Laurie Metcalf was one of the killers in Scream 2. You just didn't. Like, nobody saw that coming at all. So it was like a surprise, and like you were like, oh fuck, like I wouldn't have thought of that. And in Scream 1, just the idea of having 2 killers was a surprise at that point. By the time you get to Scream 3, it's like, yeah, it's just, nobody was really surprised. Scream 4, and then this one is like, same shit.
Woodrow Purvis, thank you for the super chat, brother. Scream 3 is worth it just for the midget basketball scene alone. What the hell's that? I don't remember that either.
Basketball scene.
It's a little person now, man. That offends the little people. You're not supposed to say the word midget.
Kentucky. Look. Yeah, that's what would have set it over the edge.
What is it now? He said Ghostface should have lectured some fat girl for 15 minutes like that fan film. That's true.
Yeah. I was just about as enjoyable.
Yeah. Let's see here. Texas Chainsaw's doing a requel. That one's coming out on Netflix early next month, Uncle Bill. That'll be a fun one to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'll love that
Maybe
one.
not to watch.
I'm sure that will be amazing. But I mean, okay, so the ending comes up, and we can talk about like the kind of the gist of the ending. They all end up in Stu's house, which, by the way, like, couldn't they have found something for Stu to do in this fucking movie? Like, if they found something for, you know, Billy, like, they could have found something for him. Like, I feel really bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, I would be almost the point where they should have done something where one of those characters is actually still alive.
Yeah, anything.
And he's kind of the mastermind behind what all's going on or whatever. I think that would have been cool to do that.
Like, just do anything surprising. You know what I mean? And they did, you know, they killed Dewey, but I think everybody thought they're going to kill. And they basically, like, came out and said, you know, it's going to be a whole new kind of thing. We're going to kill off somebody from the original. So everybody was kind of expecting that. But, like, I think the ending would have been a good time to do something different.
You know what,
one,
though? You briefly see it in this one. Sydney has a kid now, right? So do you think that could come into play in a future movie, right? You know for a fact that Neve Campbell's doing all these movies that she's asked to do. So they can maybe introduce, maybe it's 10 years down the line or something like that or whatever, and introduce it that way where now Ghostface is coming after Sydney's daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sky's the limit now because really, like, there's absolutely zero point in having anybody from the original come back now. Like, it just, you know, wouldn't make any sense. But I'm sure they will just for the money part of it. But
is it weird that I always get scary movies mixed up with the Scream sequels? Not really, because they're a lot of the same sort of deal. I mean, especially the first scary movie is basically like another Scream film, kind of.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, Scream 4 is like a scary movie in a lot of ways.
Scream 4 is more like a scary movie than any of the rest of them, really.
Yeah.
Just how kind of goofy it is and everything. So they end up in Stu's house.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they don't really know that at the time, but you come to find that out later. And, you know, all the old characters that are left come in. All the new characters are in there, and then you reveal who the killer was. Which the killers in this one, like you were saying, is the goofy boyfriend, which pretty much you could have seen that coming.
Josh Jackson Jr.
Yeah, and the chick from the Quentin Tarantino movie.
The girl that she's texting in the beginning of the film. The same character. Amber, or whatever the hell her name was.
And when I saw her, like when I saw that the chick from... you know, oh God, I cannot believe I can't think of that fucking movie. Hollywood. It's got the word Hollywood in it. Why can't I
Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers?
No, the Tarantino movie. Oh, fuck.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
In Hollywood, yeah. So, like, when I saw her and I was like, I realized who she was, I was like, they're going to use her. Like, there's just, you know, she's too noticeable and, like, she's too much of, like, a identifiable that they're going to use her further in the film. And then, sure enough, like, she was the second killer, which doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense because, like you were saying, she kills Dewey, but she's like probably 5'2" and maybe like 95 pounds, and he's probably 6'2", somewhere in that range,
and he's overpowered by a little freaking
girl.
And
it just all right.
And the little girl gets shot 2 or 3 times.
But I guess if you want to be serious about it, if you go back to Scream 2, Laurie Metcalf ain't fucking killing anybody either. You know what I mean? She's not.
That's true.
She's not.
She had a little bit more meat on her bones than that girl, though.
Yeah, that's true. She
at least looked like somebody that could, you know, you might not want to mess with. She had like the look in her eye.
The eye of the tiger.
Yeah. Michael Rajpal with another super chat, man. We appreciate it. How do you end Sydney's arc? It's not like Halloween where Michael is dead and there's closure. They need a hard reboot at this point.
That's a good question, really. Like,
it's hard with Scream because, like we were saying, I mean, what do you really do? Ghostface, it's not like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. Ghostface is never the same person. It's a different person in each movie, and it's always an obsessed fan of the stab movies. Something along those lines. Or somebody who's wanting to get famous from, those events. I don't know. So it's tough, man. I mean, you're almost to the point where you could just do a reboot of it and change the story a little bit to where Ghostface is not, just a dude in an outfit. I don't know how you would do it.
I swear to God, though, what I wish they would have done, just because I think this would have kind of been the ultimate end to the movie, or to her characters, made her the killer. Just be like, okay, she flipped her shit, like she'd been dealing with this for so long that like she just lost her mind, and then it turns out that she ends up being the killer at the end, and that, what a great reveal that would have been at the end of that fucking movie if she'd have just like done the, Anthony Bates thing, or the Norman Bates thing, and just like at the end had that look in her face and just be like, oh, she's fucking flipped her shit, and then end up killing her off.
Oh, Curly Jaws has a good idea here. See what you think of this, Uncle Bill. All right, so here's the plot for Scream 6. Some kids are playing in a graveyard, doing some bullshit, and they somehow resurrect Stu and Billy, and they come after Sidney. Call it Scream Resurrections.
Kind of like Friday 13 Part 6. They fucking get struck by lightning. They're zombies. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's zombie Ghostface.
Right. He's unstoppable now. But don't you think, though, I mean, seriously, what a perfect way to end that character, just because, so one of the new people kills, like, the ultimate old regular Baptist. No, the ultimate old regular.
Old regular Baptist.
One of the main original characters. Like, there couldn't have been a better way to just end that. But now it's just like, no, I'm doing the same shit I was before. I'm coming here to save you. It's been 5 fucking times, but that's what I do.
It's really hard, though, I don't know how you would do it. I mean, the guys that made this movie are definitely talented filmmakers. But yeah, I mean, they didn't do anything as far as the plot towards the end that was any different than had been done before. It's the exact same shit.
Yeah, that was like I said, the biggest disappointment. Like, I really thought they were going to do something.
Rob Zombie Scream, where we see young Ghostface get bullied while Creed plays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that was Scream 5 Cream. Scream is what they chose to call it. You going to pre-order the Steelbook, Uncle Bill, and get it 4K?
No, I'm not going to pre-order the Steelbook. I didn't pre-order the fucking Halloween Kills Steelbook, and I'm never going to fucking get that either. But
never?
No.
What if it's $10 for Black Friday?
Well, am I ever going to watch it again? No.
You're going to watch it again!
Kevin Ketchy, which is a great name. I think that's probably the point, the way that I felt about it the most. It was just, everything felt forced. Just like that they had to kill one of the main characters. They had to have all these like dialogue and exposition scenes in the middle of it. They had the ending, like they had to have a dialogue for fucking 20 minutes about why they were doing it. Just like, and everything about it was just like, just like they had a formula of what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I think I'm gonna make you hate it. I feel like some of these points are resonating, and you're starting to turn towards the dark side.
I didn't hate it. I mean, I understand where you're coming from through every bit of it, but like I was saying before, my initial expectations going in, I didn't expect anything at all, and it kind of surprised me. I mean, it felt like a Scream movie. Red Right Hand made a comeback. I kind of marked out.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting they chose to bring Skeet Ulrich back for the first time ever in any of the Scream sequels. He's never reprised that role, even though it's kind of dumb. I mean, why would the daughter have flashbacks of a guy that she never knew? She probably didn't even know what he looked like.
for the same reason the dog has flashbacks in The Hills Have Eyes too, because they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, yeah. I will give it that. The scene where the song gets played, that was a pretty good way to do that. Like, I'll give them that.
Yeah, and it had some good gore scenes, death scenes, stuff like that in it. Some brutal shit, for sure. Bones breaking even. I don't like that even in a movie. I don't like this.
That scene was fucking rough too. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as the motive goes, though, we were talking about this before. It's weak. It's the same thing that they've done over and over again.
It really is. Like, I didn't like any of that. I just like the fact somebody says, I want to see someone have hallucinations of Aunt Jackie from Roseanne in Scream 6.
That would be killer.
That would be the best shit ever.
I would
Laurie
mark out
Metcalf's
for
in the
that.
back seat of your car, like, come on, kill him. Fucking pussies.
Are you surprised that Garrett ordered the Steelbook before he even saw the movie?
I couldn't be any less surprised about anything. No.
Let's see here. Any other questions or anything about Aunt Jackie from Roseanne? Or yeah, I mean the motive was weak. It definitely I think that they could have. I mean, I don't know what I would have done, but they could have probably done something a little bit better than that.
That's what I mean. You got all the money and all the time in the world, and that is like the best that you could do at the end of that movie. I just do not understand it.
No. But yeah, as far as Scream goes, with the success at the box office, I mean, this movie has already made over $50-some million. I would venture to guess that it's going to have a sequel pretty quick, probably within the next couple of years.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Yeah, they'll pump out a sequel as soon as they can. And I think all those franchise movies are going to be hugely popular.
Why are you drinking from a red Solo cup, Uncle Bill? What's in the cup?
It's honestly, it's just Coke, but I just had it.
What else is in the Coke?
Red liquor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
They're not going to stop. There are going to be more sequels. Companies don't care about, like, stuff that we talk about on here. They care about the fucking almighty dollar, and they made a shit ton of it. And really, if you look at it, so I can't remember what Halloween made when the Halloween Kills opened. Maybe we should go back and look at that. Somebody look that up for us. But Halloween Kills also opened on HBO Max, so I think they fucked up there. They could have easily, I mean, they could have made way more money had they just had it a theatrical movie. Scream didn't do that. I think Scream would have maybe benefited a little bit more by doing that, though. Because right now, man, COVID it's pretty hardcore right now.
Yeah, it's probably as bad as worse than it's ever been right now. So I kind of agree. They probably shouldn't have gone that route with it. But Garrett wanted to know Scream 5 or Candyman. There's really no like comparison. Candyman was one of the worst fucking things that I've seen. Like in a, I thought that those kind of reboots or remakes were over with, and then that one shows up, and I'm just like, God, that's about as bad as it gets.
Well, what's even worse is the preview trailers and stuff for it actually made it look like it could be really good, but no.
Scream 5 or Halloween Kills? Fuck. I think... What a horrible fucking comparison to...
I'll say right now it's Halloween Kills for me. I liked it better.
I think it would be for me, too. Yeah.
Halloween Kills, not for the fact that it was actually good, but just for the fact that it had some fucking stupid shit in it that entertained me. Like
yeah, I know what you're going to say.
I mean, there's just so much goofy shit in it. And then I did like the flashback 78 scenes as well. But I don't know, it'd be kind of close, I guess. Those two would be.
I think that maybe, the goofy factor, like just...
Hawking!
Yeah.
What's going on in here?
The Evil Dies Tonight shit, and the stuff with the, Reject Sam Loomis, and the stuff with, with the resetting the 78 stuff, like that all probably pushes that one over the edge.
Yeah. All right, man. Look, we got a special
Oh
bit from
yes,
gay actor Michael Douglas. What's going on, gay actor Michael Douglas?
I think that
Scream 5 had Sam Loomis in it.
was that her name, Samantha Loomis. Yeah. Think
Well, I know
about it.
that one of them was what, Carpenter, right?
Yeah, that was the other one, was Carpenter. Yeah,
No,
it was an Amber Carpenter. Was that her?
I have
name?
no idea.
Who was the fuck?
Phantasmat is disappointed in us. He said, not even close. Scream wins over Halloween Kills easily. What's going on, man?
What's going on in y'all?
Oh, shit. But yeah, we appreciate everybody joining us. If you have any more questions real quick, we'll go through them. But this is kind of the midweek show for this week. We figured, what the fuck, let's do it. And let's do it live like Bill O'Reilly, circa 1993.
Fuck it.
What was incredible, Kevin Ketchy? Did Ghostface kill again? What the hell's going on in y'all? They need to hire me for the next one if they have more flashback scenes.
All right, so Russ says, "Does scream pounding anybody can be the killer annoy you?" I thought it was kind of like they kept saying that shit, like it can be anybody, like it can be anybody. It's always somebody you know, and like anybody can be the killer. It's like
The love interest
We
is
know.
always the number one. I think that's a good idea, Garrett. We've had a couple people mention that. We'll have to figure out a good thing to call it. But yeah, all the post-Scream slasher movies from the late 90s, early 2000s. Well, not all. I don't know if you can do all of them. But I think that'd be a fun show for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like Urban Legend and I Know What You Did Last Summer and Valentine. There's like a million of those movies.
Soul Survivors.
Oh shit! You have to bring that up.
Eliza Duthku, baby. Doug Connor. I guess we didn't mention the whole franchise, but Uncle Bill, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I rank them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly like they're made, really.
I would do 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Change it up a little bit. 4 is the worst one. Last time I watched 4, I was like, I'm never, ever going to watch this again. If it's up to me, I'll never like say, hey, it's Scream 4. Let's fucking, let's check it out. True. Cherry Falls is an interesting one too, Dylan mentioned earlier. That's another one that got kind of lost in the shuffle around that time period and was delayed forever. But yeah, it was a post-Scream slasher movie that I don't think it ever come out in theaters, though.
I've got that in there. Scream Factory put it out, I think.
Holy shit, was he shooting when he said he thought 5 was the best sequel?
No. He was shooting, yeah.
We might have a falling out over that, Garrett.
So it's Scream 5, 2, 4, 3.
I thought he said he hated 2.
He did, but I guess he hated 4 and 3 more.
All this hate for Scream. Look here,
Thank you, Russ. I feel like Russ and I are on the same wavelength.
Hey, well, I'll agree. The Kirby character was probably better than any new character in the 5th movie, but the movie as a whole was bad. 4 was.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would argue that.
Final Stab has a special edition Blu-ray, Uncle Bill. We should buy it.
God.
As in we, I'm meaning you. You should get it.
Right.
I can borrow it off of it. Oh gosh, but yeah, I guess that is it. We kind of just wanted to do we didn't do a full-blown review for Scream, and a lot of people are still talking about it. A lot of people overall, overwhelming, it's a positive response from this movie, Uncle Bill. I mean, it's 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty damn good for Rotten Tomatoes.
That's true. So somebody did ask, though, what do you think was the most memorable death in the film?
The one that was Deputy Judy's son, his death scene. That one got me. I was like,
God damn. Yeah.
fuck. You know.
I thought it was the chick from the Manson family. Like, where she catches on fire and then goes running through the house and shit.
That was almost
that was great.
That was kind of goofy, though, actually. But
I thought it was great because you know that, like, they're just basing that off of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like, it's just a throwback to that movie.
what will they call the Scream sequel? I think it'll be something like Scream Redemption.
Shit.
Something like that. This time, he's taking his love of Scream movies just one step
Yeah,
far.
It'll be an R word. It'll be Scream Revelations, Scream Resurrections, Scream...
Scream until you like it. Never gonna stop. Speaking of which, is everybody jealous that I have the new Scream soundtrack on CD?
Oh my God.
And I also have the new Scream on VHS right here. Yeah.
Screams. Yeah, that sounds like that could be it.
I think that they could have gotten away with calling it Screams and have the
Yeah.
S be a stylized 5. Doug Connor, real quick here. Man, you shouldn't even ask me this. The Forest or Final Exam?
There's nothing worse than Final Exam, is there? Damn.
No, The Forest times 10. But, guys, we appreciate you joining us on here. What else are we going to do, Uncle Bill? I know we've got a couple of reviews we need to get to. Oh, Curly Jaws was one of them that did the Baller and Shock Collar. And guess which one that he picked for us to review, Uncle Bill? You know the two that we've got right now.
What?
Piranha 3 Double D.
It's like, yeah. Yeah.
I think
That's
that's
actually-
old Curly Jaws.
That's actually a good one to review because we saw that. I know we did. I don't remember anything about it. Like, nothing. I remember more about the other Piranha than that, which is like maybe 2 scenes. So
Yeah, I think Eli Roth was in the first Piranha
Yeah.
3D. So the movies that we're reviewing for Patreon this month, and you guys definitely want to check it out over at deadpitonpatreon.com. Review show, we are looking at Titane from last year.
Oh, God.
It's a French movie that's fucked up. That's all I know about it. And
can't
Piranha
wait till you
3
watch
Double
that.
D.
I have not been gleeful that you're going to watch a certain movie in a long time. But and listen, you need to try to watch this with Sarah too.
Really?
Oh yeah, just to
You
see,
know I will.
just to see her reaction.
Dylan has a song request for us to do the Creed song with My Ass Wide Open.
What? Did we do that at one time?
I don't know. I can't remember. But Titane, yeah, I know that's one that Matt was talking about on a show not too long ago. Scream Until You Like It may be a good... Maybe that's the name of the sequel.
Scream until you like it. Ooh.
Never gonna stop. Scream Until It Hurts.
Screamies.
So, yeah, we will catch you guys next time. I'm not sure what all hell we're doing. We don't plan this shit.
Oh fuck!
But,
I know what they'll do.
What?
They won't do any of that. They'll just call it Ghostface. That's what they'll do.
So it's a new series. Don't call it Scream.
Yeah, because like what they did with Jigsaw and all that shit, they'll just fucking call the next one Ghostface.
Let me ask you this, though. I thought Ghostface was the mask makers owned Ghostface. So the people that own Scream don't necessarily own the name Ghostface.
I think that's true because like they've been doing
So they-
shirts and figures and shit with just Ghostface because they don't have the rights to Scream, but you can get the rights to Ghostface for probably a lot cheaper, I'd say.
So that'll be interesting. Maybe they aren't legally able to call it Ghostface.
Maybe right.
Scream Revelations coming soon.
Scream Redemptions. Yeah.
The redemption of Scream.
Oh.
All right, guys. We appreciate everybody joining us, though. Definitely give us a thumbs up on all this shit, because we need it. Pretend like you're Hacksaw Jim Duggan and go, ah!
Tough guy.
Because it definitely helps. And check out our Patreon page. We have 90 patrons, Uncle Bill. Can you believe there's 90 patrons? Can we get 100 this year in 2022? I think we can.
We're going to. We're going to fucking blast everything wide open.
Thousands of hours of content, almost 100 fan commentaries, 250 classic Dead Pit shows almost, 230 some midweek shows. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
It's by far the best thing going.
Yeah.
Far and away.
So, until next time, I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm Uncle Bill.
And you can check us out every week, every day, every damn hour of the day, over at
deadpits.com.
USA! Give us a thumbs up.
Up your butts.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to touch nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you
Yeah.
dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.